Do you believe it? That with just $490 a month, you can still live fully in a faraway place, where smiles are still genuine, meals still smell delicious, and peace doesn't have to be bought with money? While in America, everything keeps getting more expensive. Housing, healthcare, taxes, insurance, making the dream of retirement seem out of reach. On the other side of the world, there are still countries begging Americans to come live and retire. They invite you with easy visas, low costs, even tax-free pensions, and above all, a slower, more genuine life filled with human warmth. Today, I'll take you through places where, with just $490 a month, you can wake up by a warm sea, eat breakfast with your smiling neighbors, and realize that freedom might just be one flight away. So sit back, relax, and join me as we explore the lands opening their arms. Places where you don't just live cheaply, but live happier than ever. Dream it, pack it, go. 5. Vietnam, where $490 a month can buy you peace of mind. If you've ever thought $490 a month only covers my electricity and car insurance in the US, then you've probably never woken up in Vietnam. Here, with that same amount, you could open your eyes to the morning sun in Da Nang. Hear the waves softly breaking on the sand. Breathe in the aroma of freshly roasted coffee, and take a slow walk along a golden beach, where time seems to slow down and life suddenly feels lighter. Vietnam stretches over 2,000 miles of coastline, where nature changes dramatically by region. The north has 4 seasons with cool autumns and gentle springs. The central coast is warm and sunny year-round, and the south stays tropical and golden under the sun all 12 months. If you love cool mountain weather, Da Lat or Sapa will steal your heart. If you crave the sea, Nha Trang, Da Nang, or Phu Quoc will greet you with ocean breezes all year long. What makes Vietnam stand out isn't just its scenery. It's the cost of living that's almost unbelievable. According to International Living, many Westerners live here on just $500 a month. Not in luxury, but comfortably, simply, and peacefully. A small apartment outside the city center costs around $220–250. Local meals are only $2–3 each. That leaves enough for utilities, internet, and that daily iced coffee. If you budget wisely, $490 is enough. But if you want a bit of comfort, increase it to $800–1,000 a month, and you could have a home near the beach, great food every day, and even hire a housekeeper. And don't forget, 2 bowls of pho and 2 fresh beers in Vietnam cost less than $5. Visa? Easy, but not perfect. Vietnam doesn't yet have an official retirement visa, but Americans can apply for a 90-day e-visa with multiple entries, extend it, or do a simple visa run to Cambodia or Thailand and return. It may sound inconvenient, but thousands of expats still choose that route. Because taking a short trip out and returning to Vietnam is often easier than applying for residency in Europe. Many early retirees even start small businesses to obtain temporary residence cards, a clever way to legalize their long-term stay here. As for healthcare, you might be surprised. The public system covers the entire country and is very affordable, but most foreigners prefer international private hospitals in Hanoi, Saigon, or Da Nang, where doctors speak fluent English. Consultations cost only around $30, and dental care or medicine prices are about 1/5 of what you'd pay in the US. Many retirees purchase international insurance for about $50–100 per month, allowing them to access premium hospitals or transfer to Bangkok if necessary. If you're in good health, Vietnam is an excellent choice. Easy medical access, cheap medicine, and friendly service. Vietnam is also one of the safest countries in Southeast Asia. No guns, no street violence. The biggest issue is motorbikes. The streets can be crowded, chaotic, and sometimes a little adventurous, so it's best to let Grab or taxis handle the driving. Vietnamese people, however, have a wonderful trait: deep respect for elders and exceptional hospitality. They won't just help you find your way. Sometimes, if they see you dining alone, they'll invite you to join them for lunch. And when it comes to taxes, there's hardly anything to worry about. If you stay in Vietnam for fewer than 183 days a year, you don't pay taxes on your U.S. income. Even if you exceed that, foreign income is taxed at only about 0 to 5%, so low that many consider it negligible. Vietnam doesn't have double taxation, so you just file your taxes in the U.S. as usual. And just like that, you can live by the beach, collect your U.S. pension, and never worry about being taxed twice. Mr. James Miller, 68 years old, from Oregon, came to Vietnam with just over $2,100 in monthly retirement income, planning to stay for a few weeks. But then, he never wanted to leave. Every morning, he drinks a $1 iced coffee at a small cafe by Mai Khe Beach, chatting in simple Vietnamese with the owner. "Blacker milk today, sir?" He rents an apartment for only $230 a month, eats pho every day, and spends less than $480 monthly, yet lives more comfortably and happily than he ever did in the U.S. James says, "In America, I lived alone. Nobody knew who I was. In Vietnam, people treat me like family." Now, every 3 months, he does a visa run to Cambodia and comes back. Because as he puts it, a little inconvenience is worth it. Because here, I'm truly living. "I spent my whole life making money," James says. "Now, I just need a place to really live. And I found it. In Vietnam." But nowhere is perfect. Visa procedures can be inconvenient. Vietnam still doesn't have a specific retirement visa. Americans usually use a 90-day e-visa, which requires occasional exits to renew visa runs. Traffic is chaotic. Motorbikes everywhere, loose driving rules. A real hazard for older retirees. Vietnam isn't perfect, but it offers something many places have lost: the warmth of its people and joy in the little things. And perhaps, in this expensive world, Vietnam remains one of the few places where $490 a month can still buy you a life worth living. Comment number 5 if you love this country, or name the nations you'd love to visit. Who knows? Your ideas might inspire me and everyone watching. 4. Cambodia, where $490 a month buys true freedom. If in the U.S. $490 is barely enough to get you through the week, then in Cambodia, that same amount can buy you an entire life, where every morning you wake not to the sound of traffic, but to temple bells echoing softly over the Kampot River. Right next to Vietnam, Cambodia is a land of year-round sunshine, early morning markets full of laughter, and breezy afternoons where the Gulf of Thailand winds through rows of palm trees. There's no freezing winter here, only 2 seasons, wet and dry, taking turns to slow down time. For anyone escaping snow and sky-high heating bills, this is a true tropical paradise. And what makes retirees from the U.S. choose Cambodia isn't just the weather, it's freedom. Here, you don't need piles of paperwork or proof of income. If you're over 55, you can apply for an ER retirement visa and stay indefinitely, renewing once a year for about 300 days. No mandatory insurance, no investment requirement, no official asking for your 5-year plan. There's only one real condition: that you truly want to live here. The cost of living is almost unbelievably low. In Siem Reap or Kampot, A small, clean, fully furnished apartment costs only $150–200 per month. You can eat hearty meals every day for about $5. Utilities cost around $50, and a tuk-tuk ride across town is just $2. Many foreigners live comfortably on just $450–500 per month, and with a budget of $900–1,000, you can have it all. A nice home, great food, fast internet, and even part-time household help for just over $100 per month. I used to think retirement meant the end of living, said Robert Collins, 62, an American living in Kampot. But here, I feel young again. Robert came to Cambodia on a vacation and never left. With his $180 a month riverside apartment, he spends every afternoon biking across the old bridge, stopping at a 50-cent beer stand, listening to music from an old speaker, and chatting with locals through smiles instead of words. In the US, $450 barely pays the bills. Here I have a home, friends, and joy every morning. His health is still good, and like many other expats, he carries an international insurance plan of about $100–200 per month, just in case he needs to fly to Thailand, where world-class hospitals are only an hour away from Phnom Penh. Cambodia's public health care is still developing, but private clinics are friendly and affordable. A doctor's visit costs $25–50, and common prescriptions only a few dollars. If you're healthy, it's ideal, and if you're not, Bangkok is just a short flight away. When it comes to taxes, Cambodia has a policy Americans absolutely love: zero tax on foreign income. You can receive your pension, savings, or Social Security from the U.S., spend it freely in Cambodia, and not pay a single cent in tax. The Cambodian government clearly states, "We do not tax retirement income from abroad." That means if you receive $1,000 a month from the U.S., you spend $1,000, every bit of it. As for safety, Cambodia is far more peaceful than people imagine. There's no violence, no conflict. In tourist towns like Siem Reap, Kep, or Kampot, you can stroll through night markets and enjoy grilled street food without worry. The Khmer people are kind, calm, and deeply respectful toward elders. Just avoid crowded spots in Phnom Penh or Sihanoukville, where casinos and petty crime appear, and you'll find Cambodia to be one of the safest places in Southeast Asia to retire. Of course, this place has two sides of the same coin. April heat can exceed 38 degrees. Electricity sometimes flickers in rural areas, and if you ever need major surgery, you'll have to fly abroad. But in return, Cambodia gives you something many other countries have lost: a sense of freedom and genuine human connection. "I didn't come here to escape," said Robert. "I came here to rediscover the joy that America made me forget." In a world growing more expensive every day, Cambodia remains one of the few places where you can live peacefully, slowly, and authentically, on just $490 a month. A cup of coffee with milk costs $1. Smiles are free and peace. That's the bonus gift no place else can sell. If you had $490 a month, would you choose to live in Vietnam or Cambodia? 3. Bolivia, where just $500 a month lets you live among the Andes clouds. If there's a place on Earth that makes you feel like you're living between two worlds, half reality, half dream, it's Bolivia. This landlocked country in the heart of South America is not only known for its breathtaking landscapes, but also for its astonishingly low cost of living. According to the latest 2025 data from Numbeo, the total monthly cost for one person in Bolivia is around 3,400 Bolivianos, roughly $500 USD, covering food, utilities, transportation, and even high-speed internet. In the capital, La Paz, A one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs about $360, while suburban areas go for around $230. If you choose smaller, quieter cities like Sucre or Cochabamba, life gets even cheaper. Mini apartments cost around $200. Rice is 8 bolivianos per kilo, chicken 28 bolivianos, and fresh fruits and vegetables fill the markets. Fiber optic internet is about $30 a month. Bus rides cost just a few bolivianos, and a local lunch rarely exceeds $3. With $500 a month, you can live fully, simply but comfortably, in one of the most affordable countries on the planet. Bolivia doesn't have an official retirement visa program like Panama or Malaysia, but it remains friendly and open to Americans through its tourist visa. A 30-day tourist visa can be obtained on arrival for $160 and can be extended for up to 90 days per year. However, those who truly wish to stay long-term often choose more creative paths, such as making a small investment, working remotely, or marrying a local to obtain residency. There are no formal retirement incentives, yet Bolivia's simple procedures and low costs make it an attractive destination for anyone seeking a slower, more affordable life away from expensive cities. When it comes to healthcare, Bolivia is a country of two worlds. Public hospitals are free but limited in quality, while private facilities offer high standards at a fraction of U.S. prices. In La Paz or Santa Cruz, hospitals like Clínica Foyanini and Clínica del Sur provide Western-level care, with specialist consultations ranging from $30 to $50. Common medications are inexpensive. Many doctors speak English, and quite a few have studied in Europe. However, for more serious conditions, most foreigners prefer to fly to Peru or Chile for treatment. For that reason, having international health insurance is almost essential if you plan to stay long-term. Safety in Bolivia is generally moderate to good. No wars, low violent crime. But you should remain alert for pickpockets, unlicensed taxis, and small scams. Regions such as Chapare, known for coca cultivation, are best avoided. In La Paz, it's wise to use official taxis and limit going out late at night. Yet in smaller cities like Sucre or Cochabamba, life feels peaceful and genuine, with kind, welcoming locals who are always ready to help foreigners. But what truly sets Bolivia apart is its nature. This is a country of altitude, light, and silence. In the morning, you can breathe the thin air at over 3,600 meters in La Paz. Spend the afternoon sunbathing beside the deep blue Lake Titicaca and drive across the white salt desert of Salar de Uyuni on the weekend, where the ground mirrors the entire sky. The scenery is so stunning it needs no filter, and life here feels the same way. Raw, honest, and free. However, this high altitude can be a challenge for many retirees. Your body may need a few days to adjust, and sometimes even a short walk can leave you catching your breath. With all it offers, low costs, breathtaking landscapes, delicious yet cheap food, and a rhythm of life detached from modern chaos, Bolivia is a paradise for those who appreciate simplicity. Of course, it isn't perfect. There's no official retirement visa, public health care is still limited, politics can be unstable at times, and travel disruptions due to protests are not uncommon. But in exchange, you gain something most places can't give you: an authentic life, untouched and unpolished, where the sky feels close enough to reach, and where, with just $500 a month, you can live among the clouds of the Andes, peaceful, free, and inspired. What do you think? Would $500 a month be enough for you to live among the clouds of Bolivia, where the sky almost touches your hands? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you choose Bolivia, Or is there another place that feels more like home to you? 2. Bangladesh, where $490 a month is still enough for a full life. If you're looking for a place where you can live comfortably on just a few $100s, Bangladesh is the answer. In Sylhet, or the outskirts of Dhaka, with only $150-250 for rent and $150-200 for food, you can live neatly within $450-490 per month. Unbelievably cheap for such a friendly and peaceful country. Life here is simple yet full of vitality. Local markets overflow with river fish, fresh vegetables, and fragrant rice. A good meal costs just $2 to $3, and cooking at home is even cheaper. Transportation is light on the wallet. Shared rickshaws or auto rickshaws cost only about $10-15 a month, enough to get around town, sip hot milk tea every afternoon, and still have money left to save. The tropical climate stays warm year-round, most pleasant in winter, 20-25 degrees Celsius. The rainy season cools the air, with only occasional light flooding. For anyone who dislikes the cold, Bangladesh is paradise. No snow, no frost, only warmth and the gentle smiles of its people. It's the people themselves who make many Americans fall in love with this country. In Sylhet, English is widely spoken. Locals are polite, welcoming, and always eager to help. The small expat community feels like a big family. They drink tea together, cook together, and share stories as if they've known each other for years. Bangladesh's visa policy is flexible. There's no dedicated retirement visa yet, but you can easily obtain a long-term tourist visa or a small investor visa, both simple to extend. As for healthcare, private hospitals like United Hospital or Evercare Dhaka have internationally trained doctors, and consultations cost only $30-40 per visit. Having international insurance is recommended for extra peace of mind if you need treatment abroad. Security is good, and serious crime is very rare. More importantly, Bangladesh applies a territorial tax system, meaning income from the U.S. is not taxed, allowing you to keep your full pension. Though the infrastructure is still simple, Bangladesh remains a place where you can live slowly and fully. Every morning when you open your door, you'll hear the call of chapati vendors, smell the ginger milk tea in the air, and be greeted by familiar smiles, enough to make you feel that you truly belong here. With just $490 a month, would you dare to choose a peaceful life in Bangladesh? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe to explore more countries that are opening their arms to welcome Americans seeking a happy, affordable retirement. 1. Nepal, where peace costs only $480 a month. If there's one place where time seems to stop, leaving only mountains, clouds, and gentle smiles, it's Nepal. Nestled between India and China, this small country holds a special charm for those who dream of a simple, peaceful, and affordable retirement. In Pokhara, where the lake mirrors the majestic Himalayas, or in Kathmandu, the ancient yet lively capital, you only need $120-180 per month for a small apartment and another $120-160 for food, totaling $420-480 a month to live comfortably. A steaming plate of momo or a cup of Nepali milk tea costs just $1-2, buses only a few cents, and taxis around $3 for a ride across town. Here, everything moves slowly, from the way people greet each other to the rhythm of everyday life. Nepal's climate is cool all year round, especially in highland areas like Pokhara and Kathmandu, where temperatures range from 10 degrees 6 to 28 degrees. It's never too hot or too cold, just right for opening your window, hearing the temple bells ring, and feeling the gentle breeze from the Himalayas. The Nepali people are kind, respectful toward foreigners, and deeply value the elderly. They believe older people are the storytellers of the village. So if you settle here, you'll be welcomed with genuine respect and warmth. The small expat communities in Pokhara are also closely knit. They gather for morning coffee by the lake, chat, and share stories from their journeys. Regarding visas, Nepal allows foreigners to apply for short-term retirement visas and renew them annually. As long as you are over 50 years old and have a stable income or sufficient savings, you can stay long-term without needing to invest or buy property. The process is simple and inexpensive. Many spend only a few dozen for each renewal. The healthcare system in Nepal is not highly advanced, but private clinics in Kathmandu are decent and affordable. Doctor visits cost around $20–30, and common medicines are easy to find. For those in good health, it's a reasonable option. For those with chronic conditions, international insurance is recommended to allow treatment in India or Thailand if needed. Of course, Nepal isn't perfect. Infrastructure remains underdeveloped. Roads are narrow, and occasional power outages can last a few hours. Politics can be unstable at times, though it rarely affects daily life. Still, the country's natural beauty and the kindness of its people make every inconvenience feel insignificant. Nepal isn't for those in a hurry. It's a place where you learn to slow down, watch the sunrise behind the Annapurna Range, and realize that happiness doesn't require luxury, only peace. And those are the incredible countries where, with just a few $100s a month, you can still live fully. Not to escape life, but to find yourself again. Somewhere out there, maybe by the peaceful lake of Pokhara in Nepal, or among the lush green fields of Bangladesh, happiness is waiting for you in the simplest things. The world is still vast, and sometimes one small decision to leave and start over can completely change the rest of your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, comment, and share the country you'd love to visit, and subscribe so you won't miss the next journeys, where we explore the places that are inviting Americans to live, retire, and smile every single day.